What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar. C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Jesus Coin today. Yet again, it's Tuesday on the chart. It's Monday for me, and looking at this, I think that we're just doing more of the same, right? Just kind of what I've been talking about, which is consolidating. We've been consolidating now, I think, for 10 days from top to current day. Yeah, 10 days. We're on our 10th day right now, right? So not including the first day. So any day now, I would think probably by the end of this week, I do think we're going to see higher prices than this. We're going to be back in the fours. We might even be in the 6.5s again by the end of this week. Now, talking about the move going up does not mean that I think that we're going to break out this week. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. If we were to break out to new all-time highs and actually have a breakout move, I would think it would come at the end of the week. I normally would think that would happen during the week, but I would actually think that it could happen on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Or more likely, in my opinion, it's going to happen sometime next week, right? And next week, let's see, if today's Tuesday the 12th, for me it's actually Monday the 11th still, but on the chart it's Tuesday the 12th, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That would make it the 17th. So then the 18th, you'd have that following Monday. Next Monday, you would have 1 week left before the burn. I would think that sometime, if not by the end of this week, then sometime early next week, we're going to break out yet again to new all-time highs. And we're not just going to, as we're doing now, again, I'm talking about us going up. I think we're going to go up by the end of this week. I don't think we're going to break out personally. We could, but it would definitely happen toward the very end. But by the end of this week, I do think that we're going to continue to move higher. Just checking something real quick. Okay, cool. But that doesn't mean that we're going to just straight up to the heavens go, like this. We could, but I don't think we're going to. I think just like we're doing now, come on now, we're going to continue to move higher, but we're also going to move down, and then we're going to move up, and then we're going to move down, up and down, and then by the 18th, right, then we might be getting ready to break out, something like that. So it's not too late to buy before. I don't know why it keeps doing that, man. It's not too late to buy. It's definitely, I mean, you are late to the party for sure with this thing. I know I had somebody talking about me spreading FOMO statistics, and I know you weren't trying to be insulting or anything like that. I don't take it personally. I hope you didn't take what I was saying personally either, just talking about me saying 300, I think it was 327%, or maybe it was 237%, whatever the potential growth is for Jesus Coin. If we look at this top to bottom here, the reason I was saying that, and here we are, from the all-time high to the relative low that we just had at about 602175, getting those numbers specifically for you there. Here we are sitting at a price right now, 603375. Going up to the 1272, that's a minimum expectation right there. That would be at 607561. That'd be a 124% growth from here. Going up to the maximum kind of expected area would be a 212% growth from here, right? That's the 1618. But this is a smaller fib range that we're measuring, and Jesus Coin does like its deeper extensions sometimes, right? So seeing this 1786 to the 1886 is totally possible, and that would be a minimum of a 272% move, if not potentially all the way up to a 310% move, sitting all the way up at 50125, 50137, and we could go higher. We could go all the way to the 2272, which would take you up from here, from this current price. That'd be a 493% increase at 5020. So we could absolutely see that kind of ridiculous. And I know that sounds like FOMO statistics, being that I see where you're coming from, right? Look at the chart. We just moved basically in a straight line up without anything stopping us, right? It looks like that. Of course, here we were consolidating for a little while, but we've moved up more or less nonstop. How can I say that this thing can move up another 250 to 500% in the next 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks now? Well, the reason for that is because we've done it before, right? We've actually done more than that before. If I take this day here to the top, this relative low to the top, that's 13 days. And how much of a percentage move did we have from bottom to top? We had a 682% move. So I haven't even, all the predictions, all the numbers, all the areas that I've laid out haven't even been this high, right? And that is crazy. That's absolutely crazy growth, but we've done it before. We've actually even seen, right, in 1 day we've seen 61%, in 2 days we've seen over that. Let's see, from bottom to top, 3 days time, 286%. We had 200% days here. Jesus Coin, even up at these levels, is still capable of seeing bigger days, bigger weeks than it had back here, right? Because it's still a fairly low market cap, being worth like what, 40 million or something like that. Let's look it up. Let's actually look it up. But all that to say, guys, I'm getting lost in the translation. 53 million. Good job. Good job. Very low volume for 53 million, but whatever. Volume isn't everything. It'd be nice, and we're being boring right now, right? Nobody wants to sell. People are kind of reluctant to buy until it goes higher. I'm sure the volume will come in as we break out, but that's why I'm saying when we move up, we're not breaking out. We're just kind of dilly-dallying our way up until probably sometime next week is what I would think. Probably early next week is when we'd be in that 50 or 605 marker to 606. We might even break out to new all-time highs, but I would think that happens sometime next week, the week before the burn. Again, on the 18th, on Monday, this coming Monday, we will have 1 week until the burn. So by then, I very much would think that we're gearing up. We might not be at new all-time highs, but we'll be gearing up for new all-time highs. So, and by that time, we'll have a week left to go. Will we see that 300, 500% growth? We might not, but I do think that we will at least, I kind of am personally expecting that we will at least see 501, which from here would be a 208% growth, from here being at 603376. So, just a little bit of repeat there for you. I don't know if I have anything else that I want to add. We're in the bullish area of control with our daily RSI. Potentially, if we were to close today here or a little bit lower, like we could go lower today, but if we came back up and closed here, like just think about this for a second, right? We closed at the 0.5. If we came down today to the 382, which is at 6032, we came down around that area, found support there, and then closed back at this area. We'd have a wick to the downside, kind of a bullish look, bouncing off the 382, kind of a bullish look, and closing here would give us a potential opportunity to bounce off the 60, which is also a bullish thing in itself. So, and then holding this previous area of resistance in the RSI as support now, I think that's a big thing as well. So, that'd be nice to do, and that would just add more validity to the idea that we do see higher prices. But at a minimum, from this current price, the minimum extension, the 1272 would be 6075. That'd be a 123% increase from the current valuation. So I would think that we go higher than that, but that's the minimum expected standard. So one way or another, buy the burn. Of course, guys, as always, I think we are going to see higher prices. I don't know if there's anything else I want to add. 4-hour RSI down at the 50, but we've been holding that. It might be a good time. It might not go lower than this. It's looking a little bit bearish right now, but some of the more bearish candles tend to be where we turn around, right, with this thing. Some of the more bullish candles lately have been where we turn around as well. So it's definitely playing games. We're consolidating. We're just consolidating, doing more of the same. Even as we move up, I think we're going to be consolidating. I don't know if I have anything else that I want to say. By the way, guys, I know, and then look at this, right? 1 hour, look at this, right? This whole time you have been, except for the initial drop that we had, you got barely oversold. But this whole time we've been struggling. You can't even get oversold. You're bouncing off of it, but you've been overbought a couple of times, more than a couple of times, right? And you can't even get oversold. So I really do like this RSI. It's neutral, more or less, but it's showing strength too. And then the 4-hour, same thing, man. You're really showing strength by not getting too much lower than this, holding this line really tight. Right now we are at previous areas of resistance on the price. We could be holding it as support as well, getting ready to move up. It just looks like we're overall in the same range, but genuinely, if you put a horizontal line here where this 4-hour close was, right? Come on now. Right there, you have resistance here, resistance there, support even beforehand right there, and you're finding support now, found resistance here right before you moved up. So all that to say, no more hidden bearish divergence. We've gotten rid of that. We've moved up enough. I think we're getting ready to move up higher, but again, still consolidating. Probably doesn't. I don't think we're going to break out this week. It could happen. It really could happen, but I'm more holding my breath for next week is what I'm thinking. So I don't think we go too much lower than we're at now. So if anybody wants to buy Jesus Coin, again, yes, you're a little bit late to the party, a little bit, but I don't think you're too late. I think if you keep, and not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but if you keep a tight game plan in mind to sell either on the day of the burn or before the burn, maybe make 50% profits, 40% profits, however high it goes, maybe sell once it goes back to the all-time high, which right now would be a 72% profit. So that's a lot higher. I think that you could at a minimum I would expect higher than that, but you could play it really safe, try to make some like easy money and just sell. But how I would do it personally, if I was looking to get in based on this news driven event here, I would get in, I would hold, and I wouldn't look at what the price is doing. I wouldn't care what the price is doing until the event, or at least a couple days before then. That's kind of my prerogative at the moment. And I wouldn't put any money that I would care to lose, because again, we're definitely up high, but the RSI looks really strong. But again, with up moves, buying high is not necessarily the best thing to do. To be fair, we did just break out of all-time highs on a weekly basis, like let's see, 1, 2, 3 weeks ago. Yeah, so I mean, we definitely have room to go, but I think by the burn, guys, we're probably going to turn around. And I'm just testing here. I'll finish this off real quick with a little something. I feel like I'm getting heat from both sides, of the equation. There's people who are telling me, you need to take profits, bro. You need to take profits. There's people that are telling me that I need to sell, or I'm sorry, that I shouldn't sell and that I should just hold through, that I'm going to miss out. You guys, I'm not trying to, I don't know what words to use here. I'm not trying to insult anybody, and I hope the best for all the Jesus coin holders. I'm not planning on selling all my Jesus coins on the burn date, but I am going to sell. I am going to sell on the burn date. I'm probably going to sell at least half of my position, my total holdings, on the 25th, on the day of the burn. That's the plan. And if I sell and it continues to go up higher, that's why the other half is in there. But nothing moves up in a straight line forever. Going up to, let's see, from top to bottom here, from the previous all-time high to the last low that we just had, going all the way up to 501 would put us at this golden extension, not just here, but also this relative golden extension here. I'll show you what I mean. Right? It's at that blue line. Notice how both of these blue lines overlap. They're very close to each other. Okay, so there's double golden extensions up there. Some of you out there might be like, you're not going to get those prices. They're going to get front ran. I've at the most had like 300, 800 people watch these videos. Okay, there's something like 10,000 members in the community, right? So at the highest, I've seen less than 10% of the community watching this. So I don't think that I'm giving away key secrets here, and I do think that there are people who see this. There's a decent bit of you that see this that aren't planning on selling the burn, right? There's a decent bit of you that see this that think I should have sold already. So as far as getting front ran goes, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think me illustrating my plan is going to do that, right? I don't have a big enough influence, and it's not meant to be an influence anyways. It's just my ideas, my opinion. But all I'm trying to say is I am going to sell on the burn date. That is my plan. It's been the plan since back here, since I bought, right? And I'm being emotionless with this. I really like the Jesus Coin community. You guys got me. You embraced me, and I embraced you back, man. Like, you guys have been awesome. I love the community itself, and I love getting in on things and just seeing them do tremendous. And that's where you have to remove yourself from emotion, right? You can't just be in love with an asset. You have to stick to your game plan, no matter how well it's going. You have to stick to your game plan. And I've been in this situation enough times where I know that you buy the hype, you sell the news. And in this case, the hype is the burn, right? And then the news is whenever the burn happens. So somebody said that it's a dumb idea to sell right whenever the supply is getting dropped by 80%, right? Or right when the supply takes a haircut. The thing is like, truthfully speaking, if you look at it, like, the supply has already taken a haircut. All those tokens that are getting burned, they're already removed from circulation. They're not, they never have been in circulation. So they're, in other words, it's like, it doesn't mess. It'd be like if like the Federal Reserve had twice as much money than they actually say they do, but half of that money was kept in a vault that nobody knew existed. wasn't there like on anybody's balance sheet, right? Some people knew about it, but it wasn't ever used. It wasn't in circulation, and then that building caught fire. That would not upset the world economy, right? That wouldn't really change. Nobody would know, and that's what I'm trying to get at. Is we all know that the burn is going to happen, but we all also know that it's not going to be burning any of our tokens. It's not going to be burning any tokens that anybody holds. It's tokens that nobody could ever hold. They're tokens that don't necessarily matter. The burn in itself is a big thing, and I think it's driving hype to pump the prices for sure. I think Jesus coin in itself, being the coin it is, set up the way that it is, I also think that it's pumping for that reason too. And I think that it will continue to go higher even after the burn. But seeing again a 1618 extension, I very much would expect that we find resistance. Okay, we found resistance on the 1414. Looking at the daily here on the same look, we are finding resistance now on the 1272. We are showing respect on this fib level. We wrestled the 618, the golden ratio, tipped the 886. We've shown respect on this. Maybe we do go a little bit above the 1618, but I'm not holding my breath for that. And maybe we do. Maybe we move all the way up to these deeper extensions. It's possible, but I'm not holding my breath for that. I'm gonna sell, and maybe buy the burn prices all the way up here. Maybe it's all the way up at 503360. I don't care where price is. That's not the point. I'm just gonna sell on the burn. That's my plan. I don't care if it's still here. I don't care. If I'm wrong, maybe it doesn't go up higher. Maybe it even goes a little bit lower. I'm still selling by the burn. That's my plan. So, with that, I leave you before I just keep ranting and repeating myself. But I definitely plan on leaving some money in for this thing in case it does continue to ride, right? Because we can see crazy things. And all in all, when I sell, I plan on putting some of that money in other cryptos, but I plan on reinvesting it into Jesus coin and just buying more coins, more than I have now by a lot, whenever it retraces. And I think it will see a healthy correction. Nothing moves up in a straight line. Remember why you guys got in this project, right? If you could have bought down here, you were thinking about it, you're like, oh, I could buy it down here. Maybe you did, right? Maybe there's a few of us that did. Maybe you bought it down here. Maybe you bought it down here, but you're not buying it to watch it go to zero. And not that it would go to zero, but you're not doing that. The reason why you're buying it is because you want to watch it go up. You want to watch your portfolio grow in value. And the reason you want to watch it grow in value is so that you can take profits, use that money to better your life, and in turn better the lives around you, right, as well. Or maybe you're doing it to better lives that are around you. Whatever way, I know there are a lot of good-minded people in here in this community, and I know that there are some people as well that are just using this as a means, a financial vehicle to make money. And whatever your reason is, I hope you're doing good with it. That's the kind of the mantra of the crew, right? It's do good and give more, right? Do good and give more. Do well, give more. I think it's do good and give more. I keep forgetting it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But I feel like this community is full of a lot of those people. So again, what I'm trying to say is, to those people who want to do good and want to give more, you're not going to be able to give more if you don't take profits. The whole reason you got into this thing in the first place, which is again why I'm removing emotion. I will be selling on the burn. I've talked about this at length, not just tonight, but for so long. So I'm gonna leave it there. If you like the video, if you like the rant, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. I do think we're going up higher. I'm not concerned at all, guys. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed at all. A little bit of excitement with yesterday coming up, and then a little bit of disappointment with it coming down. But all in all, we are probably less than a week out from seeing new all-time highs. Yeah, at this point. So, if not less than a week out, then I would say at least less than 10 days. But it could be, sometime mid next week that we see us break out. But I would think that a week before the burn, I would think we would have either broken out already or start to break out around that time. So again, a week from the burn being next Monday. Right? Does that make sense? Christmas is on a Sunday, isn't it? Let me see. What? Hold on real quick before I sign off. No, it's on a Monday. Okay. Yes, that does make sense. Anyways, if you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you for coming. Take care. Bye-bye.